When selling your home, don't fall into the trap of chasing the price down. Hi, I'm Chuck Marundi, and today I want to talk about what happens when the market turns and prices start to pause and then pull back. For many sellers, they end up chasing the price down. That is, they reduce the price when they realize that the market is soft, but they don't reduce it enough if the market is pulling back or turning down. So some weeks or months later, they reduce it again, but they're chasing the market down and they don't realize it. Of course, they don't realize it because no one really knows that we're in a recession until after we're in it, right? In 2005, we had the peak of real estate sales, at least in unit sales sold, in my little market in Sequim, Washington. It wasn't until late 2006, early 2007 that prices actually started to react to a market that was headed into a recession. Unfortunately, many homeowners and their listing agents did not realize this as they listed their homes in 2006 and early 2007. So, for example, and I'm just going to use round numbers to make the point, there were some, for example, who put their homes on the market, let's say for a price of $500,000 in the middle of 2006. Well, their house may have sold for $500,000 in 2005, but not by the middle of 2006. Already we had the signs of a national recession, especially in real estate, as the mortgage industry began to implode. So they reduced their price from $500,000 to $480,000 after about 3 months on the market. But again, now they were into the beginning of the fourth quarter of 2006, and prices had just slowly inched down a little bit at a time, but not so much that it was entirely noticeable. Yet they were still chasing the market down, though they didn't know it. So at the end of 2006, when their $500,000 house had been reduced to $580,000 and then subsequently again at the end of the year to $565,000, it still hadn't sold. Then going into 2007, we began to see even more significant price reductions, and that's when people really began to realize they were chasing the market downward. Ultimately, that home didn't sell for 3 years, and when it sold for $405,000. Had they originally put a price of $500,000 on it at the end of 2005 or even early in 2006, they might have gotten it sold. But this is what can happen when the market turns, when it's at a peak. And again, no one really knows. Nobody has this kind of ability to see precisely where the market top is going to be. But when you reach a market top and the market begins to turn, that is, when real estate prices begin to pull back, that's when there is this danger of a homeowner chasing the price down. And if you don't get the price down as soon as this starts happening, then you can lose $50,000, $100,000, or $200,000. Whereas if you had originally sold it at the right price and dropped it far enough, you'd be done with it. This is a real danger, chasing the price down. And if you're selling a home anywhere in the country because you plan to retire to a place like Sequim, Washington, well, obviously, you need to get your house sold there before you can buy one here, at least for most people. So this can become a very relevant issue. I hope this is helpful. This is Chuck Marundi, and you can always read more at sequimrealestateblog.com.